Good morning, everybody. So I wanted to hop on here today. I've been talking to you this week about how, like a mindset shift of how to think about a different way to think about your child's behavior that's driving you nuts. And that is to think about it as a problem that's separate from who your kid is, and that you are there as the parent to help them solve the problem, that you're there as a team. So let's take some examples that all drive us bonkers, right? So they can't get up and get out to school on time in the morning, right? And you're thinking you're so irresponsible, and it turns into this, big argument about, why can't you just set your alarm? There's so many things you can do. Like, what is wrong with you? It's so rude to, show up late. It's disrespectful to your teachers, right? Yada, da, da, da. I had all those conversations. Or let's say they leave their dirty dishes on the table and they don't do write some form of chores and put their dishes in the dishwasher. And again, right, it turns into this whole argument about responsibility and you're not their maid and they need to clean up for themselves. Or how about arguments about the phone, right? Like, hey, you have priorities. You've got to do your schoolwork. Or I mean, I could go on and on, right? There's so many things I think that teenagers do that worries us or frustrates us, and that's why we end in these arguments. So what I want to talk to you about today, and what I kind of been sharing this week, is to think about having like a mindset shift and try to figure out how can me and my kid be a team and solve this problem together. And start you guys with you like thinking that way before you go into a conversation with them. Because if you go into a conversation with them thinking you're so lazy, you're disrespectful, you're irresponsible, all those things, it's inevitably going to turn into a fight. It did for me, does for all my clients. I'm sure it will for you too. So when you want to change things, it starts with first changing how you're looking and thinking at the situation. And this is a great place to start. And there's something else I wanted to share with you, and it slipped my mind. That's why I should have written things down. Well, maybe it'll come to me. Uh, okay, another way to think about this is there's a bench, right? Your kids in soccer, there's a bench. And the problem, the phone, the disrespect, the not getting to school in the morning, the lying is on one side of the bench. And you and your child are over here on this side trying to figure out solutions. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I wanted you to just take a moment and think about, is my teenager really intentionally trying to be late for school, trying to piss me off and be disrespectful, um, trying not to get off their phone? Because I think if you just take a minute and think about it, like, our kids don't intend to misbehave. They don't innately want to disappoint you or piss you off, right? They're just trying to figure out life. And they don't always have all the skills developed yet, the organizational skills, the time management skills, the emotion regulation skills. And so we, as their parents, have this opportunity to teach them some of those skills and help them build those skills versus seeing the behavior as a problem and that they just have to listen to you and that's the way to fix it, right? No, like, we know our kids at this age are just, they want control over their lives and they don't want to feel like you're controlling them. Right? So we need a different approach if we want to stop the arguments. We need a different approach, more of a side door approach that teaches and guides them and has our heart with this intention that, hey, it's you and me together trying to solve this problem, right? It's not you versus me. It's not a tug of war where there's a winner and there's a loser, right? It's us. There's a problem going on, and let's try to solve it together. So I want you to think about that. Start with just like, is my kid really trying to be irresponsible, disrespectful? Um, you know, do they really are trying to make me mad and irritate me? Most of the time, the answer is no. And really, I want you to think about the behavior that you're worried about or that's pissing you off as a way that it's a way that your child is saying to you, hey, mom, I'm struggling with this. And I know it looks like I don't want your help, but I do really need your help, right? It's a way, and they don't know how to communicate, or most of them don't, and ask for help. It's uncomfortable to ask for help, right? We can all agree on that. Um, for most people, it's really uncomfortable, and especially for teenagers when they think they know it all, and they don't need your help, and they don't want your help. But really, if you look at what they're struggling with, maybe it's a bad group of friends, maybe it's disobedience, maybe it's lying, whatever it is, if you can look at that as, hey, this is my teenager communicating to me like, mom, I need you. I'm struggling. Please help me. Really, guys, it'll have a dramatic shift in the dynamics going on between you. So I hope this was helpful today. Put in the comments if you have any questions, or if anything didn't make sense, or if you have a specific situation you want me to address. I would love to help you. And if you haven't already, you guys need to go download my free guide with 5 questions to get your teenager talking. It will help with this exact situation because it will give you you can pick any of the 5, but questions that will promote conversation versus just an argument and a blowout. I've gotten so much great feedback on this. It's working and helping people everywhere, and you need to download it and try it yourself. So go do that. I'll put the link in the comments for just for ease. And that's what I have for you today. I hope you guys have a smooth, calm, peaceful weekend. You deserve it. Think about what I said today and notice if you try some of these things I talked about, notice how it changed the way your weekend flows. All right, sending you so much love. I know this parenting thing is hard and messy, and I also know that you've got a good kid who's just struggling with some behavior, and that you're a good mom. So remember that, hold on to that, sending you lots of love and compassion. All right, I'll talk to you soon.